Hey everybody, what's going on? This is BoZack coming to you from my new video blog attempt. This may be easier for me every week to unload everything that's sitting up here, the stuff that's going on, and just kind of give everybody an update of what's going on in the eBash, GG circuit, overall gaming world. So far this week, I wanted to talk a little bit about the PS3. The PlayStation, is obviously way behind. They just came out with the sales numbers for November. The scary thing is everybody is killing the PS3. And Sony has a lot of the same games on their system. People aren't buying the whole let's buy this for the Blu-ray player thing anymore. So, I'm really concerned with it because I think the PlayStation is missing out on the competitive side. When was the last time you heard of any event going on for a PlayStation? Any kind of tournament at all? And they've got a lot of games that they could run tournaments on, and they just don't do it. So I'm kind of curious to see what will happen the next few months. They just actually shipped 4 PS3s to our Terre Haute store. We have 2 here already. They sent 5 more copies of the Naruto game for ninja fighting, yada yada yada. Basically looks like a standard 1v1 fighter game. Looked kind of generic to me, but some of that Japanese anime stuff that I guess is catching on. They want us to run this event for this particular game. We'll get to keep the PS3s for I think a month or 2. We're gonna try to put them up in the lobby, maybe the laptop counter, but we did this last year. When Call of Duty came out, Call of Duty 4, they shipped us 8 of them. We put them in the lobby, and it was actually well received. Quite a few people played it. It made the PlayStations more popular, having more of them together. We just don't get any support from Sony. Sony's never stepped up to the game centers and given us really any reason to move towards their platform. When Epic steps up and we get copies of Gears of War 2 so that we can start running tournaments and things, it makes it easy for us to support their title and their platform. But we're getting none of that stuff from the Sony side. So we'll be interested to see how that stuff shakes up in the next couple months, because I don't think they're going to have good holiday sales. So they're going to have to cut prices. They're going to have to start doing some creative promotional stuff. And I'd love to get some of that going as part of our tour, GG Circuit series, maybe even just games in the eBash centers. But second thing I want to cover is obviously we had a great weekend with GG Circuit in the Gears of War 2 tournament. 50 teams showed up at 8 game centers across the U.S. Kind of our preseason test tournament. A lot of great stuff happened. A lot of stuff that we obviously need to figure out and how we can schedule these things to make sure they don't take so long. We'll be starting our Sunday events a little earlier and that sort of thing. So the financials are looking real good. As far as the circuit next year, it looks like we'll be able to put about 25,000 into each of the little circuits. So we're looking at maybe Gears 2, 25,000 there, Halo 3, 25,000 there. I'd like to do a Left 4 Dead, either on Xbox, PC, or both maybe, and then do a bunch of little events kind of coinciding with those. So some Madden events, try to get us some rhythm games in there, some Call of Duty maybe as one of the circuits. There's a lot of guys even pushing for older games. So if we have to go back to Rainbow Six 2, some Shadowrun, some of those things. The difference is that it's designed and it's primarily focused on getting players to play in the game centers to alleviate and to level the playing field for everybody playing online. So we have to take advantage of Xbox Live. Guys are all like, yeah, meet me on LAN. But the purpose of this whole tournament is that we've got to get players in a environment where they know there's no cheating. They know that everybody has a similar connection. So it's not some dude playing at home on dial-up. And we want to control the environment so there's not all of the crap that goes on a lot of the other tours and a lot of the other websites where you go and play. So it's not tons and tons and tons of fighting over, let's do this lag test, so-and-so's team cheated, they had somebody else in there, blah, blah, blah. So I'm pretty excited about that. So 2009 is going to be pretty awesome. We'll be running these events. I'm going to try to get 16 centers set up for the pro events. There'll be a pro series, there'll be a semi-pro series, and then there'll be an open series. And all of those events will have requirements so that the pros aren't allowed to play in the open division. The semi-pro series will only allow up to 2 pros to be on a single team at a time. And then the pro division obviously is where most of the money will go, and that'll be where the guys that are serious with the events probably focus and try to get into, leading up to like a $10,000 finals in the fourth quarter. So over the course of the year, if we can give away $15,000 to $20,000, let's say, for Gears of War 2, I think that's going to be outstanding for the pros, and then be able to give out some money in the semi-pro and the open division. It looks like maybe around $25,000 to $30,000 total for the whole circuit. So that'll be fantastic. That'll be outstanding, and that'll be completely supported and funded by the players and the game centers. So GG Circuit, basically just covering costs. It's kind of our thing that we're doing to get things going the right direction, what we feel for this industry. I don't think the model of let's pack up our huge thing and move it to New York, and only players that can figure out how to get to New York are going to be able to play. We want everybody to have a chance to play. So anybody out there, if you've got game centers in your area that are legitimate that can handle this, some of the smaller events you only need 4 to 8 Xbox 360s. The bigger events we want guys to have about 16 of them. So that's kind of what we're looking at for that. Let's talk a little bit about eBash. eBash has got a lot of stuff going on. Obviously, we just opened the franchise in Evansville. Drew's just kind of still getting things going down there. We've probably got another 30 days of finishing out the store, getting all the promotional stuff going, and he's already got quite a few people coming in the store. They had a pretty good team show up for their Gears tournament for GG Circuit, so I know he's excited. Those guys are anxious to get a lot of stuff going. But specifically for eBash, we've got some big stuff happening. We're working on adding to our number of stores very quickly through a couple of partnership type situations, where it looks like 4 game centers are going to fall under the eBash umbrella in other parts of the country, and then we'll be running 7 of them total. So 7 game centers under the eBash umbrella starting in January 2009. We want to build that to probably 10 during 2009, so we'll be adding some franchise and some company-owned stores. So it's pretty exciting times. Along those lines, we're working on another partnership with a great company out of Europe that has got some pretty awesome software that we're going to tie everything together, especially on the PC side. We're going to help build in some console parts of that, but basically, I can't say a lot about it at this point, but the ability for tying together the website, the forums, the in-house smart launch accounts, all of that stuff connected together, all activities kind of monitored and recorded, and a lot of statistical stuff that'll happen. We're going to be able to do some really, really sweet stuff on the PC side, and like I said, we'll try to build that in for the console side then too. I think 2009 is going to be the breakthrough year for eBash. I think that at the end of 2009, 1 year from now, we'll be able to come back here and eBash is going to be, which I feel like we are now, but it'll be probably one of the dominant forces here in the U.S. And I think also what will happen is you'll see a lot of game centers starting to come under the eBash umbrella, for lack of better terms, to be a part of all the stuff that we've got going. Bulk software deals, bulk deals with publishers and manufacturers for equipment. Just a lot of cool stuff's going to start happening in 2009. So we're real excited about it. Obviously, we got a lot of stuff going on. It seems like that I've got 5,000 things going on at one time. We're trying to figure out how to kind of get all these things at the lower levels automated, so that there's not so much busy work to do for everybody. And then in the end, we basically, what it comes down to is that basically we all love to play games. So we want to figure out how we can focus on the games part of the business. The business itself is not real complicated. All the stuff that's in here that I've got, that we've done over the past, I've got to figure out how to replicate that and get that to all the eBash centers so that they can start doing a lot of those things. And of course, we just events. I think the big focus for us is that we need to remember that what makes us special is that we run lots of events, and the events themselves could be profitable, they could be break even, they could even lose a little money, but that's how we promote our business. We don't do a lot of radio ads. We might start doing some ads to promote our events, but other than that, we are here first and foremost as a competitive facility. Everybody comes here to play, see how good they are compared to everybody else. I think we've gotten in the habit the last year of describing eBash as more of a casual, let's go hang out.